Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. I hope you had an amazing week. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. I am so glad that you found my channel. I am a new mom, which I feel like I can't even say new mom anymore because our daughter is 9 months old, which is so crazy. She's closer to her first birthday than she is now to birth. And every time I think about that, it just completely blows my mind. It goes by so fast. But if you are not already, please hit that subscribe button. I post new videos on here every Saturday, and it's been so sweet to walk through this new journey of motherhood with you all. Today, I wanted to make a video. I just honestly wanted to sit down and have a real, honest, and raw chat about some things I wish I knew before having a baby. Motherhood is one of the most beautiful, rewarding, challenging, refining, shaping, joyful things I've ever done. Truly, it's my favorite job title I've ever held, but it is definitely not easy. And even though I'm still learning every single day, I just wanted to share a couple things that I think would have helped me out had I known in the beginning. So if you are also a new mom, or if you're pregnant or thinking about starting a family, I really hope this encourages you. I truly believe we're meant to do life together, and I'm just so thankful for this community and being able to walk through this with you. So grab a cup of coffee. I just made one. My latte art was good today. If you've been following along, you know we've been on quite the journey with our latte art, and today we had a good one. And of course, it's a day I didn't film it. Y'all, I'm just warning you. This is about to get real. Also, feel free at any time, drop a comment down below. If you're a new mom or if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below and I will answer as many as I can. Number one, the newborn phase isn't just exhausting, it's emotionally overwhelming. I was not super prepared for everything that came along with the first 6 weeks. And it's so crazy because not only did your body just go through one of the toughest, most demanding physical things probably of your lifetime by actually giving birth to your baby, that alone takes time to physically heal from. You're also trying to keep a newborn infant alive, and you're supplying it. You are its only source of nutrition. Your hormones take the biggest dip of their lifetime, and it's just emotional. I was prepared for the physical aspect of my body healing, but I think what's really such a trip is how everything can be fine and then you just start crying. I feel like that's so normal for the first 3 or plus months postpartum that I just want to normalize. It's okay if you're crying and you don't know why. Your body's going through so much. And even if on the outside you have this expectation of oh, I should be further along, I should be better by now, I should be healed by now, my body should be back. There's so much going on inside of your body that you don't even see. Your body, our bodies are so incredible. I still just get chills every time I think about the miracle of birth and the fact that women are able to grow a human for 9 months inside of their body and then give birth to it and then sustain its life. Pat yourself on the back and give yourself some credit if you're a mom because you're doing a lot. I remember the first 6 weeks being the hardest, but that said, they don't last forever. And looking back, sometimes I just wish I could go back to those sweet newborn mornings laying in the bed with Willa where all she did was sleep all day. So cherish every single moment. Number 2, you will question everything, and that's okay. I read so many books and listened to podcasts and asked so many of my mom friends questions before I gave birth, and I was like, I know it. And I was like, I feel so prepared. I got it down. I took the birthing class, and then all of a sudden your baby comes and you have a million questions and you're on Google and you're searching it late at night. What does this mean? Is my baby okay? If their poop is this color, is that a good thing or a bad thing? You're gonna have so many questions and things are just gonna come up that you never thought of before. And that is okay. Your intuition will grow as you go along your journey of motherhood. And there's some things that you'll just instinctively know in your gut. And so if I can give a piece of advice, trust your gut. Sometimes you just need to put Google away, stop Googling, go with your gut, ask your mom, people who have been through that experience before. I do think the internet is going to try to give you the most extreme answer and instill fear. And so sometimes you just gotta put Google down. When you have a new baby, there's so many different things to figure out. Feeding, sleeping, poop. And then on top of that, you're exhausted. And so I reached a point where I just had decision fatigue. I didn't even know what decision to make anymore because there was always so much going on. That's where one of the things, this is not an ad, you guys. That's where one thing that really helped me is the Huckleberry app. We're still using it actually. It's a great way to track their naps, their feeds, and their diapers. It actually tracks a lot of different things, but we primarily use it for feeding, sleeping, and diaper changes, just so I don't have to do the math in my head. We used it more primarily when she was younger to know where she was at on her schedule, so I wouldn't have to guess how long has it been since she's eaten, how long has it been since her last diaper change. I can just go straight to the app and it'll tell me it was 3 hours ago or it was 2 hours ago, and I can see how many times she pooped a day. It has been a godsend for our family. Chandler can log into it from his phone too, so that we're both on the same page. But as a mom, I found it super helpful because it gives me one less thing to have to think about and keep track of. Number 3, feeding is a journey, not a formula. I wish I would have not been so stressed out over the schedule in the beginning, but that said, I do wish I would have followed the general rule of wake, eat, sleep. I think that sets your baby up for success, which can be difficult when they're feeding and then they just fall asleep. Sometimes when they're that little, you kind of have to just go with the flow. I remember being really stressed in the beginning about knowing when to feed or how long to feed or even which side to feed. Like, I think I did it wrong for 2 months before I figured out a feeding rhythm that worked for us. And so have grace for yourself. As time goes on, you'll get into a better flow with your baby and you'll start to be able to pick up on their cues, their hunger cues, sleep cues, all the things. But that general rhythm of wake, eat, sleep, I think would have worked much better for us from the beginning. And then one thing too, I wish I would have remembered more is that babies are humans, they're not robots. And so even if you have them on a schedule, they're not always gonna be hungry at 12 o'clock or sleepy at 2 o'clock. Like, it might be plus or minus 15 minutes. And I do think having a schedule is so helpful for babies because they thrive off consistency and predictability. I want to encourage you that if you've made a schedule and you have them in a routine, then hold it loosely. Babies are so resilient, and I feel like once you establish the rules, you can bend and break them and they'll be just fine. This has helped us so much when we've been on the go or when we've traveled. Like, we have our general routine and structure, but then when we're out and about, like, we just kind of, we don't throw it out the window, but we hold it loosely. And if she takes a nap, she takes a nap. If she doesn't, she doesn't. And every single time, she's been fine. Number 4, rest looks different, but you still need it. One thing that took me a while to let go of, and I feel like sometimes I'm still kind of mourning the loss of that season, is my life looks nothing like it did pre-baby and even pre-marriage. Like, everything changes in your life in such a beautiful and wonderful way. I didn't realize until I had Willa that my morning routine will probably not look like it did before I had her ever again. And I really had to switch up all the rhythms of my day. That took some getting used to, but one thing I do think is so important is to prioritize rest. Like, I might not have 2 hours every morning to sit in my quiet time and drink a coffee and go to the gym and get ready at my own pace, but even finding little micro moments of rest throughout the day, like praying while I'm folding the laundry, talking to God as I'm driving to the grocery store, or parking a little further away from the store because maybe I didn't get to go to the gym that day, and that's just a way that I can get a little bit more exercise in and a few more steps. I know it seems a little unconventional, but it has given me a lot of peace when I found myself getting stressed because I haven't been able to do my normal thing that I was used to doing before I had a baby. My theme and my mantra for motherhood is do what you can, be flexible, and have lots of grace. Number 5, your relationship may shift, and that's normal too. One thing I really think they should cover in premarital counseling is your relationship after you have a child, if you're thinking about having kids, because after having a kid, you have to be much more intentional in your relationship. And that is just another thing that looks unconventional. Like, maybe it looks like an at-home date night or doing something special together after the baby goes down for bed. Like I said, it doesn't have to look the same as it did before you had a kid, but I do believe there still needs to be something, because when you prioritize your marriage, you're gonna be better parents to your child. Women, your first ministry is to your husband, and your child is gonna grow up seeing the way that you serve and honor and respect your husband, and vice versa. They're gonna grow up seeing their father as a husband and set that standard for how a husband treats a wife and how they lead the family. And so I do think it's super important to continue to invest in your marriage. Chandler and I have gone through so many ups and downs in our journey of parenthood, just trying to figure out how to communicate and understand, like, what's the best decision to make here. And for us, because faith is such a big part of our lives, like, we always turn to prayer. We're like, God, give us wisdom and guide us in making the right decisions. Give us discernment on like what we should do with Willa, how we should best raise her, because the Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. So it's our responsibility to steward our children, to honor God in the way that they live their lives. Like, we are literally called to make disciples. The first place we do that is within our home with our children. I definitely do not have this perfected, but I'm working on it, and we're working on it, and we're in counseling because we want to get better. We want to be the best versions of ourselves, not only for each other, but for Willa. So if that looks like hiring a babysitter once a month or once a week so that you two can get out and go on a date or just spend time together, like, that is worth putting in the budget. Number 6, community is everything. Y'all, I talked about it in the beginning of this video, but you cannot do this alone, nor should you try. I am so lucky and I feel so blessed to have so many other girls in kind of the same season of life as me. When I found out I was pregnant, 4 other of my girlfriends were also pregnant at the same time, and so now we all have babies, and it's been such a gift, truly such a gift gift to be able to do life with these other moms. And I remember in the beginning newborn stages, like I could text somebody at 3 a.m. because we were all up feeding, like we were all on the same schedule. And so having a group chat and being able to bounce ideas off of each other and just see like what's working for people or get advice, like it has been so nice. Motherhood can be super lonely and isolating at times, and having that community and just another mom to listen or be a shoulder to cry on and say like, hey, I get it, I'm with you. It's like an understanding on a different level. And so reach out to your community, reach out to those around you. If church is part of your life, see if you can find a Bible study or a small group with other new moms that you can be a part of. That has been the greatest gift to me in this season. Number 7, comparison is the thief of joy, not only just in motherhood, but in life. We know this, but it is so hard when you're a mom to not compare yourself to other people in similar seasons. Whether that's mom to mom, baby to baby, like you have to remember that everybody's journey is different. Everybody parents different. Everyone's healing's different. Baby's rate of growth and development is different. You cannot put two side by side and make a comparison, because that will just rob you of your joy in this season. Sometimes being a full-time content creator and having social media for a job is tough for me because I'm on it quite a lot, and it's hard to see other moms posting about their milestones and things that their baby is doing. And it can be easy to feel like, oh my gosh, am I behind, or am I not doing something right, or their pictures are cuter than mine. Like comparison can creep in and just steal your joy really quickly. And so be aware of that, be diligent to like shut those things down as soon as they come into your mind, because it's a trap. Number 8, you are learning just as your baby is. Like we talked about earlier, those first 6 weeks, the newborn phase. And a lot of things in early motherhood can be pretty overwhelming. One little mindset shift that really helped me was going from, I don't know what I'm doing, to we're figuring it out together, because your baby doesn't know either. Like your baby is learning and going through it with you at the same time. And so take the pressure off from having to be perfect or choosing the right thing. Like sometimes you won't choose the right thing. I have had so many moments where I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Or I probably should have taken your clothes off before we put you in the high chair to eat dinner, because now you have avocado all over everything. Like you learn as you go. The more you can look at these situations and laugh about them and have a light-hearted perspective, I think makes it way less stressful and way more fun. Number 9, baby products don't matter as much as you think. I will be the first to say that we were over-prepared in that department. But as a first-time mom, like you don't know what you don't know. I was just kind of doing my research and seeing other people recommend certain products, and we got a bunch of things that honestly we don't need. I would say if you're pregnant and you don't know what to put in your baby registry, first of all, check out the baby registry video that I made, because I give a list of all the things I think are essential and like super great that we use all the time. But also maybe like cut the toys in half. And honestly, burp cloths. We have like 3 times as many burp cloths as we need. I don't know why I put so many on my registry. Another thing that we never used was a bottle warmer. Like we just heated up with some hot water in a cup. I started to realize that there's a lot of things out there that just end up being clutter in your house. And quite honestly, Willa is in a phase right now where she is more entertained by things that are not toys than her actual toys. Like she loves a good whisk, a little kitchen utensil that'll keep her entertained for 30 minutes over all of the toys that we have for her. And number 10, you are more capable than you think. Something somebody told me when I first became a mom was that there is no better mom for your baby than you. And I really want that to sink in. There is no better mom for your baby than you. God chose you to be this baby's mom. And that is something that I really hope you take to heart, because there's purpose in that. You have been entrusted with a gift. Children are a blessing from the Lord. And even in the hard and difficult moments where you think that you can't push through, God will give you strength. And I just hope you remember that everything you already have within you and the strength from the Lord is going to get you through. It is enough. And that baby is so blessed to have you as a mom. That doesn't mean you have to choose the right thing every single time. Our babies are going to learn so much from us, even in our mistakes, and even when we humble ourselves and we look at our babies and say, I'm sorry. Motherhood is a continual learning process, and they grow so quick. You will never regret spending more time with your baby. Okay, wait, I have one more. This is a bonus one. You can still have a life and career and travel with your baby. One thing I was so nervous about with becoming a mother, and truly a reason why I didn't want to have kids until later on in life, is because there are so many things I wanted to do. I wanted to travel and see the world and have certain milestones and achievements reached in my career before I started having kids, because in my brain I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do both. I don't know how I can be a good mom and have this thriving career and do all these things that I want to do at the same time. It just didn't feel possible for me. And spoiler alert, I didn't achieve a lot of those big dreams I have in my career before having Willa. But something I'm learning, and something that is so cool and encouraging, is like you can do the 2 things simultaneously. God grows your capacity in the season of motherhood, not so that you can have a busier schedule, but that there's just a grace over your life. So So somehow at the end of the day, everything that needs to get done gets done. It might not be exactly how you pictured it, but again, what a gift and what a blessing that we get to do these things and chase our dreams alongside of our babies. And as I go along this, I'm realizing more and more too that like one of my biggest dreams is just to be a mom and be a good mom, be a good wife and a good mom. And so as I'm doing these things in my career, it really doesn't matter to me what the outcome is because I'm doing it alongside of my baby, and that is the greatest gift of all. So if that's something that has ever stressed you out, I highly encourage you to go watch some of my travel vlogs with Willow. We took her to Paris when she was 5 months old. That vlog is so fun. We took her to Disney World when she was 6 weeks, and we just took her on a Disney cruise. So if you're curious about what those trips look like, I will link those in the playlist above. So you guys, I hope this was encouraging. If you're a new mom or if you're expecting, please drop a comment down below and introduce yourself. Let me know if you have any other questions or just things on your heart and mind that you'd like to share. I truly have been so encouraged by this community, and I'm so thankful for you and to be able to share these experiences knowing that it's a safe place. So it means a lot that you watch. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week. Bye.